Hello there. Hello. Welcome to Empowered Women Live. I'm Jerry Cates, your guide on this journey. Let me just check the Facebook group and make sure I'm showing up live. Oops, just got myself out of that program. Hello. So if you're here for the live, go ahead and hashtag live. If you're here for the replay, hashtag replay. Let me get back in here. Am I in the group? There it goes. Here we are. Okay. Just making sure I can see any comments. Hello. All right. Okay, so this week this is the second of 7 entries on this journey of cultural lies we inherited. And this one is the confidence gap. I'm not ready yet. Excuse me. Let me ask you. Have you ever held back from applying for something, launching something, or speaking up because you didn't feel 100% ready? Have you ever looked at someone with half of your experience and thought, why does she believe in herself more than I do? If so, welcome. You've met the cultural lie called, I'm not ready yet. Dr. Claire Zammit calls this identity pattern the confidence gap. And it's not just about self-doubt. It's about who we think we have to be in order to feel qualified to lead, speak, or take up space. This is part 2 of a 7-part series, The Cultural Lies We Inherited and the Truths That Set Us Free. So be sure to tune in. This is week 2. So 5 more weeks. And I'll put them in the guide section, see if I can upload them on YouTube and put them in the guide section so you can go see them. But each week we're naming one of the unconscious identity patterns that women inherit so we can begin to live, lead, and love from our truth. And a little bit about me, I'm Jerry Cates. I was trained in the work of Dr. Claire Zammit and the Institute for Women-Centered Coaching. And what I'm sharing with you is rooted in over, actually 2 decades, maybe almost 3 decades of research on how women unlock power, not just through mindset, but through identity level transformation. The confidence gap isn't a personality flaw, it's a cultural conditioning. We live in a culture that rewards overconfidence in men and underqualifications in women. From a young age, we learn that we must prove ourselves over and over again, that we must be flawless, credentialed, and humble to be taken seriously. So we wait. We study more. We say things like, I just need one more training. I'm not quite ready yet. Maybe later. But it's not because we're unsure. It's because we've been taught to question our authority before we've even begun. Here's a reflection point. Where have you delayed taking action even though deep down you're already really ready? Where have you delayed taking action even though deep down you were already ready? So think about, like, I know it's very common in coaching. We take a lot of classes, and we're afraid to get out there. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I felt that way when I got my nursing degree. I'm not ready yet, but I didn't have a choice. And I did a bunch of extra hours, but I still told myself I wasn't ready yet, or I didn't feel ready, or what if they find out I don't know what I'm doing? That kind of thing. So that's about, my confidence level, where it was. Okay. Now let's talk about the cost of waiting to feel ready. There's a cost behind it. The confidence gap creates a loop. You wait until you feel confident to act, but confidence only comes through action. I'm going to say that again. You wait until you're really confident to act, but confidence only comes through action. So you stay stuck in the holding pattern, holding your back holding back your ideas, staying quiet in rooms you should be leading, watching less qualified people take up space, the space you're avoiding. I'm not ready. I'm not enough. Someone else should lead. These are the things that we say to ourselves that reinforce the limiting identity. Here's an identity level practice. Bring to mind a moment you said no to an opportunity you actually wanted, and ask yourself, what identity was I embodying in that moment? Who was I being? How was I showing up? What did I believe about myself and my value? Beautiful reflection questions, just if you want to dig deep. Now let's take a moment, and if you're somewhere where it's safe to do so, go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take a breath, nice deep breath. Inhale and relax, and exhale. Now tune into your future self, the woman who shows up even when she's trembling. What would she have done instead? Thinking about a time when you didn't take that action because you weren't ready. Shifting to that future self. The woman who shows up even when she's trembling. She shows up no matter what. And you might have done this for someone else, not necessarily yourself. Stepping into that future self. Or think about a time when you were a champion for someone else. Right? You were there for someone else. You were their advocate. You supported. And now turn that toward yourself. That compassion. Okay, you can open your eyes. Let's talk about the shift. Confidence comes from action, not before it. You know, sometimes we think we're waiting for confidence to happen, for us to have confidence before we do it. And we get it from the action itself. And that's a key thing to know. So here's the truth. Confidence isn't a prerequisite. It's a byproduct of aligned, courageous action. When women who lead don't wait to feel ready. They move forward, trusting that confidence will rise to meet them. You don't need to feel like a leader to start leading. Think about that. You don't need to feel like a leader to start leading. You just start leading. You just need to decide, I'm going. You build confidence in motion. You earn it every step, every stumble, every brave attempt. Here's an embodiment cue. Place your feet flat on the floor, spine tall. Breathe steady and say aloud, I am already enough. My voice, my wisdom, my presence are needed now, not later. I don't wait for permission. I lead from who I already am becoming. Here's a power statement. I'm not waiting to feel ready. I'm ready because I'm willing. Confidence lives in a woman who shows up, not the one who waits. So it's that action. The confidence gap isn't a personal deficit, it's a cultural distortion. So you don't have to be hard on yourself. It's not about you. It's a cultural thing. It's the voice that says you need more, or you need to be more experienced, more polished, more certain. But that's not the truth of who we are, or who you are. You are already enough. You are already needed, and the time to act is now. So I want to talk a little bit about how I use AI in my coaching. And one of the things I do is if I'm struggling with something, and yeah, I have struggles, right? If I feel resistance, I was feeling some resistance yesterday. I'll go and talk to I know I have the paid version, but I'll go talk to my ChatGPT and really vent all I'm feeling. And the feedback I get is so powerful, especially the more that chat gets to know you, right? And it's incredibly supportive. So if you're interested in how to use chat as a support system and to help you get through the tough moments, reach out to me. But the confidence gap. Let's talk about the confidence gap. If you're waiting to do things, say you want to do something, you've thought about it a long time, and it just seems like that distant shore that you can never reach, you can have what you deeply desire. And a lot of times that confidence gap, it's things we're telling ourselves that keep us from having what we want. I'll go back to the story I tell about being a nursing student in nursing school, and my confidence was really not in a positive place. And here we are getting our grades and things, and I haven't even added the grade. My confidence at the time was at such a place that I was sure I was failing. I was sure I was failing. I needed more classes, more hours, more something. I didn't have enough. And I had a really good GPA. One of my classmates said, "Jerry, you do this every semester. Do the math. Do the math." So I did the math, and I had a really good GPA. The thing is that when we're in fear or lack confidence, when we say, "I need more training," we're living in that place of not enough. We're not giving ourselves credit for what we've done. And we're missing the point that we learn by doing, right? We gain confidence by actually doing it. So if you want some help with this, if you find yourself holding back and not taking action in your life, if you want some help with this, let's see, put clarity in the chat and I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation about the next step. What can you do to shift into the life you really want? Right? If that confidence is holding you back in one area, it's probably holding you back in others. Anyway, put clarity in the chat and I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation that matters. I'm Jerry Cates. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to put hashtag live and hashtag replay. Okay, bye.